Have you seen Jack Frost? No, not that one. Not that one either. No. That one. Kinda. He looks a bit weird. Let's change that. That's better. That's straight to DVD snow cone. Do you know this guy? Have you seen this man? He is a criminal in the worst ways imaginable. Do you know Jeffrey Dahmer? Of course you do. Everyone's been obsessed with him since the Netflix series. Now put some white stuff around him and he kind of already did that. I don't know where to go from here. How about a family-friendly joke, right? People like that. What is the difference between snowmen and snowwomen? Snowballs. Fuck, that's not funny. Shit, I swore. Fuck. Why did the snowman divorce her husband? She caught him with a snowblower. These aren't funny. Let's just get on with the movie. I love the yellow snow cones. Jack Frost is heading to be electrocuted. Then the truck crashes and he escapes. Instead of running away, he talks to the cops saying, haha, look at me, I'm free. Then he gets splashed with a bunch of chemicals and starts decomposing. But we get a glimpse of the stick hand that he's going to have. Now we see a family who despises Jack Frost. And like always, the main characters drive past the scene of the crime and notice nothing wrong. The main guy, Sam, is a cop and he finds out that somebody died after the Jack Frost execution. He calls a detective on the Jack Frost case and he assured Sam that Jack was dead. But guess what? He's a fucking liar because this dude isn't dead. Next thing you know, the mom finds a snowman outside of her house that her kid didn't build, but he couldn't wait to put the finishing touches on it, so he stops making his oatmeal cookies and goes outside, and as he's putting the snowman together, it slowly starts to come to life. His bullies spawn out of nowhere and knock the head off of the snowman with their sled. The snowman gets mad at this and pushes the kid down and gets his head zoinked. No one believes the kid when he says that the snowman did it, and the snowman hears that blasphemy. It's like he tried to get in the last word, then heard someone mutter something under their breath. The father of the dead kid goes outside to suck on some pipe, then hears someone talking to him.
And there'll be no one there.
He attempts to grab the axe out of the log, but out loud, this man must be blind since he walked past the snowman. And because of that, the snowman makes him deep throat the axe. Inside, the wife is having some tea, but then Jack changes her plans. He wraps Christmas lights around her neck, shoves a bulb in her mouth, drowns her in glass, lights her up like a Christmas tree. He might as well fuck her while he's at it. That is probably one of the kinkier things I'm going to add to my bucket list. In town, there's a snowman festival going on. Never heard of that type of baloney, but this guy turns up the heat. What a geezer. Meanwhile, there's some banging going on outside, and it's just some dude punching all the heads off the snowman. He starts yelling that a snowman has been behind all of the murders, then gets Mike Tyson. Some guy goes to check on what he's talking about and finds the world's most adorable snowman. Just look at him. Doesn't he look so cute and fuckable? He grabs a shovel, and in an instant, global warming becomes a huge issue. He teleports himself in the car and commits vehicular manslaughter. There's another kink to add to the bucket list. And I just want to say, at the time of recording this somewhat love-making scene was happening, and my brother walked in as I was watching the scene, then left as soon as he found out nothing was going to happen. He's gay, by the way. So I guess he wasn't watching the scene for the girl. But the dude gets some ice for his wine, but when he opens the freezer, there's nothing but snow and a carrot. How interesting. I bet he's gonna come out of the freezer. He puts some snow in his drink, and then someone throws a snowball out the window. He grabs a weapon and tries to find out who's screwing around on his lawn, then gets knocked out by Frosty. He tries stabbing the snowman, but that doesn't work. What he did was incredibly dumb. There were multiple things he could have done. Run was one of them. It's always okay to accept that you're a bitch. Having the right to be a bitch is one of the first amendments ever made. Baking soda and vinegar can apparently shred through a snowman faster than I can muster the ability to say hi to a girl. He can obviously turn up the heat. He could have invited a hooker over to try and give it every STD imaginable, but she might just end up freezing her pussy in the process. And finally, he could have played Crank That by Soulja Boy because that shit is fire! Now it's Jack's turn to fight, and holy shit, he could shoot ice. Holy shit, he could shoot icicles from his arm. That's a cool ass superpower. The girl sees a bathtub ready for her, and she thinks that the guy made it for her, but we all know it wasn't him. Guys are the worst. Just look at Quagmire. A carrot pops up in the tub like she's about to get turned into a stew, but gets stuck in the water because it gets filled with snow. Jack emerges from the water and starts pushing her against the wall with surf music in the background. A random cop car pulls up with nobody inside, but everything was soaking wet. Believe it or not, I was on the set of this movie, and the reason it was wet was because I had your mom, sister, and grandmother in the car with me. Nah, just kidding, it was your dad. Some girl finds a scarf, and when she picks it up, she built a snowman in the process. Don't make a fucking joke. She built a snowman. That is all. They try to shoot him, but the bullets aren't effective. Jack gets up, and they all run inside where, the snowman's pissing his way in. Let me just... The dumbass shoots the water, but there's no bullet holes going through the floor. Gotta love a low-budget movie. Sam uses a hairdryer, which was out in the office for some reason, and it's actually damaging the snowman. Holy shit. Heat hurts snow. Who would have known? Until the cord gets unplugged. They all grab flammable cans and tape it down so the entire police station gets filled with gas. And this guy doesn't want to kill the snowman for some reason, so he gets clocked in the jaw and does the stanky leg. They try to escape through a window, but this is somehow the most impossible obstacle they've come across yet. Why can't they just break the glass with the butt of a gun or with literally anything. They try to find the key to the lock, but it's on the other side of the hallway and it's blocked with Jack's liquid. The dumbass drops it in the water, where Jack obviously comes out of nowhere to attack him. Sam escapes, but Jack slowly hoverboards towards them as they try to get through the window. They all barely make it out like in every movie and then blow up the police station. Finally, he's dead. Crap.
Look, Ma! I'm a Picasso!
He yells he'll be back like Chucky always does, then asks for an aspirin while waddling away. Sam interrogated the guy who didn't want the snowman killed, and it turns out he's a scientist and explains what the chemicals did. Apparently there's no way to stopping him, which explains why they made a sequel. But what if they try to melt him away by turning up the heat, like I said earlier? All of them wait for the snowman outside, then Jack makes a grand entrance by turning into a giant bowling ball to crash through the door trying to kill them. They all use blow dryers to push him towards the furnace, and surprisingly it melts him away. Finally, now he's dead. The movie's over. Until the two notice water leaking from the window. He won't fucking die. They turn around to see him still alive, then he says something I would have never expected.
Blow me.
He eats one of the cops out, then the scientist tries to bribe him to stay alive, but since he's balding, he dies anyways. Oh, never mind, he's still alive. The scientist starts puking up snow, then Jack comes out from inside of him and warns them of something I wish I knew when I was younger.
Don't eat yellow snow.
They tried too many one-liners in this movie and none of them hit. He leaks his way inside the car so they break through the window. Just before exiting, Sam shoves the oatmeal cookies in his face and Jack starts screeching in terror. Sam asks his son what he put in the cookies and the kid fucking said antifreeze. What the actual... Jack gets hit by a truck and Sam tells the truck driver to grab some bottles of antifreeze so he can fill the bed of his truck with it. Sam goes into a random ass house with just enough time again and starts creeping around until there's a jump scare. He locks himself in a room to hide and Jack snows his way in. Jack gets real fucking horny and pokes his erection into Sam's stomach. He hears the honk of the truck and pulls a Harry Potter by yoinking both of them out of the second story window. They land in the antifreeze pool and Sam drowns him until nothing is left. Finally! Third time's a charm. The movie is over. They psyched us out with him dying so many times. And here's another. The kid says,
Got this arm.
how many times are you going to do this?
How many times do we have to teach you this lesson, old man?
They baptized a child in antifreeze. I think Jack's finally dead now. I don't know. Like I said, they made a second, so who knows how or when he's going to come back. They pour all the bottles of antifreeze back in their respective bottles and bury them all so he can't escape. Then, of course, the antifreeze starts boiling and he's still alive. How the hell is that possible? This man died in more ways I lost my virginity. And unlike everyone else, I didn't lose mine just once. It's a long story. It involves a Macy's and a psych ward. But he is literally invincible. He can go up against Superman and he can win by pushing his erection through his thigh. Jack Frost needs to be in one of those death battle videos because he will win against anybody. Put him up against Dream and he'll still cut through that razor sharp jawline. Put him up against Frosty and he'll beat the jolly out of Frosty's family friendly voice. He'll end up like one of the Terrifier victims. This man is literally unbeatable. If you made it this far in the video, please remember to share, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know how I'm doing. Let me know how you're doing. Watch my last video where I talk about a turkey that kills white people. And thank you for 386 subscribers. I'll see you in the next video. I'm gonna go take a shit.